Sampo.
Well, my friends, are you ready to head out?
I hope so.
Wonderful. Remember to bring enough food and drink to refuel on the way. We have a...
Ooh, right into a cutscene. Let's go.
Mother, I have returned.
This should be an interesting conversation.
Bronya, I thought I'd lost you. Where were you? Are you hurt? I'll fetch the butler right away.
No, there's no need. I don't want to see Sebas right now. Sorry, Mother. I'm fine, really. I just got into a few skirmishes down in the underworld, but nothing I couldn't handle.
The underworld. Oh, I see.
Oh no, what's that look?
In that case, report everything you saw. Commander Bronya.
After the failed pursuit at Backwater Pass, the wanted outsiders and I were somehow taken to the underworld. Because of the difficult situation we were in, we formed a temporary alliance to help the residents of the underworld resolve a few issues of survival. We also defeated an ancient robot known as Svarog and learned some truths about the Stellaron.
I'm listening. Go on.
Madam Cocolia, it is my firm belief that the visitors from beyond the sky are not the villains we had imagined before. I witnessed them take up arms in the name of justice and risk their lives for the sake of others. I can also ascertain that they did come for the Stellaron, but only to relieve the disaster it has brought upon Belobog. Mother, you've always known the truth about the Stellaron, haven't you? Well, the responsibility of bearing that truth will fall upon me one day. Such is the burden of being Guardian, to carry these secrets for eternity. So, I ask you to forgive my defiance, but I believe that the order to dispatch the outsiders was a mistake. To solve the problems brought on by the Stellaron, the architects waited hundreds of years. And those outsiders may be the...
Enough!
What?
Arrogant. Ignorant. Oh, you disappoint me, Bronya. You merely glimpsed the tip of the iceberg, and now you think you know everything. You spend a short time with that underworld scum, and suddenly you have the audacity to question my orders?
Dang.
Guards! Take Bronya.
They are not scum. My entire life. Everything you ever kept from me. I remember it clearly now. This time I am standing my ground, Madam Guardian. And please, stop dismissing me with vague excuses. Tell me what you have seen. What exactly it is you are hiding. Why do you send the Silvermane guards to die in the Fragmentum? Why have you abandoned the people of the underworld? And why? Why did you have that sudden change of mind?
I see. I knew this moment would come sooner or later. I just didn't expect it would be so soon. You want to know why I gave those orders? Is that right? Do you believe you're ready to learn the truth?
Yes. I am ready. Mother?
Then come with me, Bronya. It is time you heard it. The voice of this dying world.
Ah, we're finally back. I forgot what fresh air tasted like.
Did she really just do that?
Oh wait, I haven't finished yet.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's go. Where's our next stop? We should find somewhere to put our feet up. As long as it's not Goethe Hotel again.
Yeah, we're staying away from that hotel.
Classic unreliable Sampo. He probably guessed we'd ask where his hiding place was. No sooner are we back in the administrative district than he sneaks off.
That was only if something went wrong, but let's see if they'll let us go to the Landau's.
Bro or the sis? If you're talking about Japard, we should be careful. Don Hung, what do you...
I think it'd be best to pay a visit to Serval Landau.
So, you think we should avoid Japard for the time being, right?
He's an elite officer of the Silvermane Guards. It wouldn't be easy to get to him. Besides, if he hasn't been persuaded by Branya's letter, we'd be walking right into the lion's den.
Very true.
Makes sense. Guess we better head over to Serval's workshop then?
But we must keep a low profile. We're still wanted fugitives.
What's wrong, Zila?
Nothing. It's just a little... new. The last time I was on the surface, I was still a child. I have no memory of any of this. The overworld and the underworld. We've been cut off for so long. I'm okay. Let's go. There are so many Silvermane guards on patrol. Is it usually like this?
No. I don't remember the security being this tight last time. It might have something to do with us. The Supreme Guardian has probably learned of our arrival already. Branya.
Yeah, there are definitely more guards. I don't know. Are we actually allowed to just walk in front of them? Is that okay? I doubt it.
Have you heard of the
Oh,
Rightful
yeah,
Right
nicely
Society?
done. Can we walk in front of you guys? Oh, okay, we can. Never mind. All I'm hoping is that the voice of the dying world, as Kekolia calls it, I'm hoping that it's not a voice that has any sort of like magical properties where it can like not entice but kind of like control the person that it speaks to. You know, it kind of lures them in and then kind of has them do whatever it tells them to. Hoping that's not the case. Because I think Branya would be enough, as she is now, to not fall victim to the voice if it promised her something and it has no sort of magical properties like that. No properties of mind control. I think she can withstand it. Any sort of temptation it does bring, but the only thing would be if her mother does anything. So we gotta be careful of if the voice has any sort of mind control and if her mom does anything.
Shop's closed today. You'll have to come back tomorrow. Huh? I remember. The three outsiders. Wait, why are you still strolling around the city? Do you know the Silvermane guards are looking all over for you?
Are they?
Quick, act natural and get inside. Don't get spotted.
Thanks,
All
Serval.
right, you'll be safe here. My workshop has pretty good soundproofing and barely anyone comes in. Just what crime did you commit exactly? They recalled a bunch of guards from the front line to track you down. It's unprecedented. Now they're patrolling the whole city and everyone's in a panic.
Oh, we just...
Not yet, March. Branya said we could trust you completely.
You mean to say you don't trust me completely?
She's so pretty. We'd actually, like, It's been a while since I've actually seen like a close-up of the model they use, and it's so nice. The blues in the hair really accentuate everything. It's so nice.
Good. That's smart of you. But you needn't worry. Kokolia and I aren't even on speaking terms. It was her that ejected me from the Architects. I refused to stand with her.
Actually, I don't even remember this being a thing. She was a part of the Architects? Like, she was an architect.
I don't believe you guys would do anything bad. And the Architects are gonna need conclusive and publicly available evidence for me to think otherwise. Besides, I know the Architects, and if they did have any evidence, they would have released it by now. I know Kokolia's style. Get everyone into a frenzy first. Most people in a frenzy don't stop to ponder the details.
Do you know her well?
You could say that. We were like sisters once, inseparable. Of course, that was all before she became the Supreme Guardian. These days, I just spend my time fixing things in this workshop and playing music. It's a pretty carefree existence. If I'm not careful, I'll start boring you all with sob stories from the past. Let's get back to you guys. If long-lost Branya told you to come here, you must have something important to tell me. You can trust me. I know our paths have only crossed once before, but my intuition tells me you guys are good people. And I've got good intuition, by the way.
Start to finish.
Ooh, I'm the best storyteller. Let me.
I don't think we should. Don Hong, please.
Try not to embellish the facts.
Oh, sweet Lord, have mercy.
So that's what's been happening. No wonder we hadn't heard from Branya recently. After all these years in isolation and without a single word from below, this is what's become of the underworld? I believe you. There's no way you could have invented all those twists and turns. What's more, we have Miss Zila here as living proof. As for the Stellaron, I know why Branya got you to find me. When I was still one of the architects working in the scientific research division, I was researching the Stellaron.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We reread it just so I absorb that. When I was still one of the architects working in the scientific research division.
I never thought I'd hear that word again after being expelled by the architects. Come on, I'll tell you everything.
What you got?
Only a very few people in Belobog know of the existence of the Stellaron. Those that do would never associate it with the Fragmentum or Eternal Freeze. But according to the data recorded in that robot, Svarog, the architects dug out the truth long ago. The research results were purposely hidden away to ensure that the outside world would never know of them. Just my luck. Out of all the research topics I could have chosen, I insisted on the Stellaron. It's clear now that anyone who wanted to get closer to the truth would have been expelled or abandoned. Maybe I should be thanking Kokolia. All she did was push me out. She could have decided to take a more permanent measure.
Yikes. Terrifying to think about. How much do you know?
I figured out that the Stellaron and the Fragmentum were linked, so I was already close to the truth. It's a shame that the architects ejected me before I could discover that the source of the Fragmentum was the Stellaron itself. Before I lost my position, I was applying for permission to survey the Stellaron directly. It was my research topic, but I'd never even set eyes on it. My research was all based on historical data and lab simulations.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Not long after I submitted my preliminary report and application, I received my punishment. It was obvious that somebody didn't want my research to continue.
He was doing too good of a job. Do you know what her end goal is?
Kokolia...
It's been so many years since we last spoke. We were great friends once. There was nothing we wouldn't share. She became a completely different person when she took on the Supreme Guardianship. The convictions she once held, her enthusiasm, it was like they were drawn out of her by some mysterious force. She gave the order to expel me herself and refused to see me. I never understood that behavior, and I gave up trying to use logic to work it out a long time ago.
Just thinking of ideas, I guess. Are we wanting to say that this was done of anger by Kekolia, or done because the architects willed it, and so Kekolia had to follow through, but she decided to go with a less permanent measure? Or is it, back when Kekolia was still herself, still had her emotions and ambitions, as Serval said, was it done then? And if that's the case, did she do it because she read Serval's document saying she wanted to actually interact with the Stellaron? And Kekolia read that and was like, no, 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 no. You're learning too much. The architects are going to punish you, so instead, I will do it myself, but I'm only going to get rid of your job. You know, so was it done for protection, or was it done because Serval was getting too close and the architects were wanting a permanent fix?
Sometimes I even wonder whether she really did become a different person. Is that possible? Perhaps there's a single guardian consciousness that gets handed down from generation to generation, and the real Kekolia has already vanished.
And if that's the case, that would mean Bronya is probably about to vanish. If that theory is true. I know she's not Supreme Guardian yet, but it seems that you usually become Supreme Guardian, then hear the voice of the dying planet, of the Stellaron. So Bronya could be in trouble from this.
Is she being compelled by previous generations of Guardians to make such baffling decisions? Who knows? But this might make for good songwriting material.
I think it would. Got paper right there. Get to it. What about Japard?
Japard? Not a chance. He's a decent guy, but also famously uncompromising. For my brother, orders are more important than anything. Even if you stuck Bronya's letter to his forehead, he wouldn't be swayed. You need to choose your words carefully if you want to persuade him of something. It might be best if I talk to him. Though, I'd need a strategy first.
Any ideas on where the Stellaron
Yes.
is located?
I never observed it directly, but I used lab simulations and outbound surveys to establish a rough location.
What'd you find?
According to the survey results, the Stellaron is likely to the north of Belobog, somewhere in the vast snow plains.
We must locate it as soon as possible. Ideally before Kekolia takes action.
They're already going to it,
Can
though.
you tell us the way?
Not a problem. I was thinking the same thing. But I'm afraid telling you might not be enough. The area to the north of Belobog has been more or less swallowed up by the Fragmentum.
Okay.
If you want to get to the northern snow plains, you'll need to get past the Silvermane Guard restricted zone on the front lines first.
Sounds like we're fighting our way through.
Even if you get past the restricted zone in one piece, you'll have a whole heap of Fragmentum to deal with. Yes, that's where the main force of the Silvermane Guards is stationed. They've consolidated their position there in order to resist the encroaching Fragmentum.
It sounds like the three 3 of us and Zila might not be enough. Why don't we go back underground and get Wildfire to come with us?
I fear we may not have the time.
This should probably be done with haste.
Hey, enough pessimism. Back in my official capacity days, I spent a lot of time in the north. I got to know the soldiers and officers on the front line very well. This calls for brainwaves, not brawn waves. How about I take you over myself?
Really? Great! Phew. It's less scary if someone you know is leading the way.
I want to see the Stellaron too, you know. It was my research topic for over a decade. You don't get that many decades in life.
How old are you? It's my research topic for over a decade. You look like at most you're 26. At most.
That's settled then. There's no time to lose. We should head out as soon as you're ready.
I know what, I was thinking about it, but that's actually not crazy. Because I remember whenever we first got to Bellabog, and oh, it won't let me. Okay. 1 second.
Darn it! I forgot my brother said he'd be around today.
Okay. All I was gonna say is it's actually not that crazy, because walking around you see some kids that have scientist as their identification above their heads, like scientist level whatever. It was the same on Herta Space Station. There's also kids there. So some of these people are just terrifyingly smart.
Find somewhere to hide, quick! I'll handle him. Shepard! It's you! I didn't think you'd have the time to visit with things so tense on the front line.
Again, people can say whatever they want, but the models, I'm sure it's the same, but the models used in cutscenes are so nice. They're so vibrant, and look, it's even reflecting stuff right now. It's changing based upon the lighting. It's just nice to actually see them like front and center like this, instead of constantly being third person and looking from, you know, like constant 10, 15 feet away. This is like 2 feet most, and you can see all the detail. It's so nice.
Things are manageable. The latest wave of monster attacks has slowed. I'm back in the city to take care of a few matters, but I'll be back on the front line later. I thought I told you.
Ah! Oh, yes. That's right.
Sis, you look a bit pale. Did something happen?
No. Why would anything have happened?
You don't normally use my full name.
You said you hate it when I call you bro in public. Well, I agree. It'd sound better if I started using your full name. Right, Brosif?
You can call me whatever you like. Look, Serval, I'm here on official business today. There's something wrong with the barrier generator device, and the engineers in our unit don't know how to fix it. I need you to take a look.
Those guys can't think outside the box. Of course they can't wrap their heads around my design. I thought it was something big. Leave it here. I'll take a look.
Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you being so polite? Oh, and why is the city under curfew all of a sudden? Has something happened?
I've been instructed to keep it quiet.
Lil Jeppy. So grown up now, looking down on his civilian sister.
Don't say that. Forget it. If I don't tell you, Pela will. Last night, Lady Bronya suddenly appeared. She entered Klapoth Fort without saying anything to anyone. The Supreme Guardian is worried that the 3 intruders may have followed Bronya out of the Fragmentum and back into the administrative district. She issued a curfew for the entire city and ordered us to pursue and capture any suspicious individuals.
Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder I haven't heard from Bronya. Is she all right?
I'm not sure. She hasn't left Klapoth Fort. The Supreme Guardian just said she'd returned. Nothing more.
Well, I was sure worried about her. After she disappeared, Pela's workload doubled. She said she barely had time to go out.
She really does tell you everything. Oh, by the way, I left my Goethe Hotel limited edition flask behind last time I was here. Let me have a look for it. I think I left it over...
Wait!
What is it? You seem pretty off today, Serval.
It's, right. You remember how you neglected all those flowers to death? I piled them all over there during a bit of spring cleaning, and now they smell terrible. So, don't go over there.
Seems like a strange reason not to take a look. Plus, am I supposed to believe you were spring cleaning? You must be up to more forbidden research.
Like what, Chapart? Please enlighten me.
Am not? How dare you? What do you take your sister for?
Never mind. This is your space, and I shouldn't intrude. I've got business to take care of. Bye for now.
He is really nice, though.
Hey, wait a sec. Those intruders. I wanted to ask, what crime have they committed?
They're plotting to overthrow the architects and bring harm to the city.
Huh. Reminds me of the accusations against me. Cocolia's methods haven't changed.
Don't say that, Serval. I know that you're still nursing a grievance against the Supreme Guardian, but this isn't a joking matter.
You're telling me off again? Fine. Whatever, bro. You better be going. Come listen to Pela in my next rehearsal.
I will, if I have the time.
The coast is clear. You can come out now.
Sorry for not talking a lot. I don't like talking during like actual cutscenes. I try to let them play as best I can. That was an interesting interaction. Japart is so nice though. He was like, yeah, it is your space. I'll go for now. You have a nice brother, Serval.
Phew, I nearly suffocated. What kind of plot device was that?
I almost lost my cool when he went for his flask.
This is bad. Bronya's in danger.
Attempting to storm Klipoth Fort by ourselves? Forget it, Zila. I don't care how skilled you are, I'm not sending you on a suicide mission. Rest assured, Cocolia may have changed over the years, but she never hurt Bronya. I'm certain of that.
We'll take your word on that then.
You sound like Bronya herself. I don't get it. You guys are against Cocolia, and yet in some ways, you seem to trust her completely.
Exactly for that though. For some things. Because she hasn't changed completely. We thought of a way to persuade him. Ooh, is he going
Didn't
there?
you hear him? He said he needs to take care of a few matters in the city first. If we're fast enough, we can stay out of his way.
Okay,
Come on,
perfect.
let's go to the restricted zone. If we can get ahead of the curve and find the Stellaron, Cocolia will be out of options.
Yikes. Come on now. It's not going to be that easy.
Is Bronya really safe?
You care about her, huh? You must have become close friends.
Close is a bit much, but I made her a promise.
Relax. She's the strongest girl I've ever seen.
I can believe that.
To the restricted zone. New area.
Oh, they've jacked up security all right.
Yikes!
How the heck are we gonna sneak in? Serval, we need one of those brainwaves.
That's a behemoth back there, dear
Leave
lord.
it to me. Stick close, guys, and don't get spotted.
The only thing that's unfortunate about the enemies, if we end up fighting anybody, is not my best hitter. Well, I guess second best hitter, now we've upgraded the Trailblazer, but Yan Qing is kind of my main elemental
This
person
is a
for freezing and
military base.
everything.
Trespassers aren't allowed in.
And more than likely, they're not going to have a weakness to ice. They'll probably have a weakness to fire and electricity, and I don't have either.
Wait, isn't that Serval? Long time no see.
Well, if it isn't Franz. Long time no see. You still watching the entrance?
Well, you see, you haven't changed, Serval. Still nailing us to the wall. So, what brings you over here at this hour?
My brother said the restricted zone energy lines were malfunctioning. Told me it was urgent. He doesn't trust those contracted maintenance workers, so he got me in for free. These guys are my assistants. We need to overhaul all the installations here.
I didn't hear anything about the energy lines malfunctioning.
Oh, please. This is a technology division issue. Why would they tell you guys? Come on, let us in already. If the heating system goes down in the middle of the night, are you gonna be responsible for all the frozen corpses?
There you go.
No, that's, not something I could handle. Seeing as you're Captain Japard's sister, it should be fine. Okay, here are some temporary passes. Oh, and remember to give them back to me when you leave.
Thanks, Franz. I'll put in a good word for you with my brother and get him to promote you.
No, Captain Japard hates all that under-the-table stuff. I'd have a better chance if you don't mention me at all.
You're a good guy, Franz. Can't wait to fight you.
I'm aware that there are those among you who see the reserve units as a vacation. But let me set one thing straight. You are gravely mistaken.
You tell him, Captain.
This is the restricted zone. The fragmentum before you conceals monsters that watch your every move. Behind us, we have a band of conspirators that have infiltrated the city. The situation is critical. The lazy and undisciplined among you will lose your lives to the forces surrounding us. As such, starting from today, we will be adding 200 bench presses and 30 extra minutes of one-arm planks to our daily drill. Is that clear? Yes, sir.
Yikes. Tough.
See? That was easy.
You're Japard's sister, all right.
I don't want people to see me that way. I'm doing this for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be using my...
Oh my goodness.
You see that mechanical gear bridge? When you cross over to the other side, you arrive at hell on Earth.
Hate that kind of stuff. We're still like 40 meters away, and yet a cutscene is still gonna play before they have a chance to finish talking. So it's why those other times I just stop and let them talk before I move. Should have known better.
An endless fragmentum, a few exhausted Silvermane guards, and the stench of death in the air. If we want to progress further north, we will need to cross that hell. Are you ready?
Without hardships to overcome, there is no trailblazing.
Right on! I'm stealing that.
Let's go then. First, we need to think of a way to get to the other side. I helped set the underlying mechanisms for this type of gear bridge. It's controlled via different terminals in combination. Let's go find them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Japard on frontline duty a lot?
Yes,
I'm not moving.
What made you ask that all of a sudden?
It's so dangerous. Don't you worry about him?
He's a Landau.
Mechanical Fever released a new song. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
I sure did. Palo was on lead vocals this time. Scared me half to death. It's a completely different style.
Even Mechanical Fever is changing. Rock and roll's dead. There's no audience anymore.
Don't be so pessimistic. They're just keeping things fresh. I thought Palo was pretty good.
Now I need to hear one of their songs. What's
No,
that?
this terminal's offline. We can't.
So what's the plan?
Look for another. Every platform linked to the gear bridge should have a similar terminal.
I never would have guessed that Japard and you were brother and sister.
I can't say I
I'll mess
blame
with
you.
that on my own.
We're nothing alike in personality or interests. In our family, we have a strong military tradition going back generations. Many a Landau has died in their prime. There's not a lot of brother and sister time. Everyone just does their best to get on with their life. Darn! Can't activate it. It seems like someone severed the energy supply to the terminals. Huh. You know, the more I think about it, the more it seems deliberate. With the front line on high alert, they must have rotated the bridge to make it impassable. Then they cut off the energy supply to the terminals to avoid accidental repositioning. Or to prevent deserters from escaping.
Which that sounds about right if Cocolia is sending them to the front lines to die in the Fragmentum.
That way, even if the front line were to collapse, the Fragmentum monsters wouldn't be able to make it to the other side.
Bronya was right. The Silvermane guards really are risking their lives to protect Belobog.
Just my conjecture, but I doubt it's far from the truth. My brother mentioned that they've had to use extreme measures to repel the Fragmentum monsters. Let's press on. We can't activate either of these terminals, so let's look for the energy supply installation itself.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I know. I can't wait for the order to come through that we aren't supposed to be here once Cocolia realizes it. How? What? Yeah, because there's definitely an order that's going to come through and say, stop these trailblazers, and then everybody's just going to want to fight us. Ooh. You guys aren't going to let us into that, are you? Or will you let us just mess with this
That's
control?
The thing's shaped like a giant iron ball.
And it's behind a gate.
Its formal name is the Mechanism Energy Hub. It's connected to all the energy lines. I would have thought it covers the entire restricted zone.
No wonder it's so heavily guarded.
One unit for everything? That's a disaster waiting to happen. We learned the hard way.
As long as we can gain access permissions to the hub, we can operate the gear bridge terminals.
Yeah.
That's why I told them we were here for urgent maintenance. The frontline equipment needs servicing just as much as the rest.
So that's why you went for maintenance. Way to go, Serval. I thought you just came up with it on the spot.
Come on, let's see if that guard over there will let us pass.
Let's see.
Yo, evening, soldier.
Are you the emergency engineers? I saw you guys hanging around. Did you find the problem?
Not yet. Everything looks normal so far. I think the problem is stemming from the energy hub. If you let us in, we can do a routine service inspection. I've worked on various iterations of this type of installation.
No. No can do. No one gets near the energy hub without the security captain's encryption key.
Not even the Supreme Guardian?
The Supreme Guardian? Hey, no games, you hear? No dice without the encryption key.
Darn, this guy's not stupid.
Jesus, March.
You need the encryption key, right? Which captain should I bother then?
Captain Dunn's resting up ahead. Go and find him. If he grants you permission, I won't stand in your way.
Got it.
Done? Why didn't you say so? No problem, we'll be back in a bit.
Serval is good at this, though.
Serval, this Dunn, do you know him?
You bet I do. We go way back. He's easy to talk to. Watch me persuade him.
And that's how you know it's not gonna work.
Hey, Dunn! It's been a while. I didn't know you made security captain.
I wonder if Dunn knows the faces.
Serval, it's been a long time. You're still so... You look good.
Allow me to introduce my assistants to you. They help me take care of business at the workshop. Everyone, this is Captain Dunn, an old friend of mine. He used to be an ace on the keys in the band.
Oh, you play.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, hello.
Oh, what's that weird smell?
Zachary! How many days has it been since you showered?
Oh, he's covering it up. Smell? What would be smelling right now? Smell. I got nothing.
I showered right before my shift.
What did you say?
I haven't showered in 2 days, sir.
Yikes.
Unacceptable, especially in front of visitors. Apologies for the embarrassment, all.
It's not a big deal, Dunn. You know, if you get a chance, would you want to get on stage with us again? My keyboard guy is pretty good, but I still miss our military days playing in the band.
Is he stalling us?
That was a long time ago, Serval. I haven't touched a keyboard in ages. Besides, I'm stationed here all year round. I'm afraid I don't get many chances to return to the city. Though I don't stand on ceremony. How may I assist you? If everything's in order, you'd better head back to the city. It's not safe here.
I've checked the lines. There don't seem to be any major problems. All that's left is the energy hub. The guard over there said that I needed an encryption key to open the gate. Can you help me out?
Don't be hesitant in front of your dream girl.
Anything wrong, Dunn?
Sorry, Serval, but can you tell me what Captain Japard told you?
Huh? Oh, let me think. Hey, sis, the energy supply lines in the restricted zone have malfunctioned. Those useless engineers can't find the problem. Something like that?
And may I ask, when did he contact you?
This morning? Yeah, that's right. He's on urban patrol duty today, right? That's why he popped round and asked the favor.
Serval, that part should have been the layup. You literally just talked to him right before you came.
Captain Japard just returned to the front line. I could reconfirm with him?
Huh? Hold up, he's back? That can't be. He was still in the city a little while ago.
You haven't changed, Serval. You're still a lousy liar. These people you've brought, they're not workshop assistants, right? Serval, it's not that I don't want to help you, but you should remember that I'm a Belobog Silvermane guard.
This is gonna sound weird, but it's something something that I've noticed and I'm actually enjoying. They're all very proud of their work. You know, they're still very human. At least Japard and Dunn have been very human so far. But nonetheless, they still follow orders and they're still happy to be doing what they're doing, and they take it with great honor and pride to do their job. And I kind of like it, if I'm being honest. I know some people might get annoyed at that, like, why can't you just bend the rules, or why can't you see it their way? But I like them for it.
How about this? You can leave, and I won't tell anyone about this incident. But the outsiders must remain.
There goes the negotiation.
She said that she wants to see the Stellaron. She's not going anywhere.
I brought you guys here, and I'm standing with you till the end.
Exactly.
Dunn, this concerns the fate of Belobog. No, the fate of our whole world. Please, don't stand in our way.
Serval! We used to rehearse together every day. You must understand. My rock and roll soul is to uphold the dignity of a soldier.
Could have scrapped that line, but it's aight. Told you I couldn't wait to fight those guys.
strong, adversary.
He is weak to ice. Cool, cool, cool. I always see the ice on the designs, and I'm just automatically assuming that they won't be weak to it.
Strike with heart. Practice is over. Swords descend.
We're just having fun.
Rules are made to be broken.
We can get rid of it with that. Let's do it.
You're out. Oh, we're just having fun.
Naughty children, nap time.
Blade in flight.
Goodbye.
Serval? Why?
I'm sorry, Dunn. Time for a little nap.
He's just unconscious. Don't worry.
Stubborn fool. Strong, though. Wildfire lacks people like him.
Got it. The encryption key. Quick, before we attract attention, let's...
Yeah.
I think we attracted attention.
That's the enemy attack alarm. Every Silvermane guard in the reserve zone just became our enemy.
Shocker. I love this. My life was short, but it was all life.
You're not dead yet. How can you give up that easily?
Dude, this game is so fun.
We've made it up till now. I could lose an arm and a leg for all I care. I have to lay eyes on the Stellaron. Quick, back to the energy supply hub. Anyone that tries to stop us is gonna find out a thing or two.
If I'd known he had the encryption key from the start, I could have snuck in and taken it off him myself.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, Sela. Activating the gear bridge alone would have been enough to expose us.
And that's where we're gonna end this part. The next part will probably be going up pretty soon after this, but I don't want to make this video too long. Because it sounds like this is where stuff is going to start ramping up a decent bit, and we're already at 50 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here, record the next part, and hopefully that can get up around the same time, or worst case scenario, the day after this part goes up. So thank you guys for watching this part. Super fun. I'm super excited to see where it's going to go from here. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Take care. I will see you guys in the next one, and goodbye for now.